Hey everybody, and welcome back to Tenza Builds. Today we're going to be repairing this tail light. I did a video like this on the passenger side where basically you have to replace the board to get your daytime running lights to work again. And I just kind of want to do like a more updated one. I'm going to do both pieces. This is not a super crazy repair, but it does kind of get a little complicated if you're not seeing it done in detail. Before we continue today's content, we want to give a huge shout out and thank you to Super Clean who are sponsoring another giveaway. All you have to be doing to be part of this giveaway is be following us on Instagram and be in the lower continental 48 United States to receive this Super Clean giveaway. This is the original and the aerosol. I use both of these cleaners daily. That's why you see the shop as clean as it is. Keep stuff off the floor, keep stuff off the lift, off the cars. Fantastic stuff. Once again, huge thanks to Super Clean. Make sure you are following us on Instagram to be part of this giveaway. So that's what we'll be doing today, is remaking one of my older videos, doing it a little bit more in detail with some nicer audio and sound quality. So here is the symptom that we're getting today. Now you see how this outer one isn't on? That is because the board in there is burnt up. And this is not super uncommon. There are other BMW models that have this happen to them. I've got a lot of questions like, oh, what about my X1? What about my 1 Series? What about, my X5? As far as I know, most of them have this type of board, some of the newer cars. We are gonna be doing this one today. This is the only one I've ever worked on. So any questions on, well, how much different is this than the X1? I won't know, because this is the only one that we've ever done. So this process basically means that we're gonna be pulling off both of these, and I'll show the boards here in just a second, what they look like. The links to these will be down in the description. It is not a very difficult repair to do, but it is extremely expensive if you take it to the dealership. Don't take this to the dealership. They'll wanna replace, for some reason they'll want to replace the whole entire taillight. That's ridiculous. Oh, I can't even remember. These are the ones that we bought originally because they come in a set of 4, so we did the 2 on the other side. I think these were like 30 bucks or something like that. It is not expensive. It's just a little bit of your time. So let's get these removed, and I'll show how to do each side. And if you have any comments or questions, you can leave them down in the comment section below, and I'll try my best to answer any questions. So removing the taillights is super simple. We're gonna get into the back here. Once we're here in the back, we'll just remove this panel. I just pry basically straight this direction, and we can get this out of here. Once that is off, there are 2 10mm nuts on there. We'll remove those, and we should be able to pull the taillight straight towards us. All right, and then from here, all we'll be doing is disconnecting the electrical harness. So the outer tail light on the driver's side is out. Now we're gonna show real quickly how to remove the inner one. So this plate right here, there's actually a cutout right here on this side. So you can come in here, pry down on it. Now that we've got that panel off, we'll be taking an 8mm, coming right here to the only nut that you can see. We'll be removing that. And that actually releases this holding bracket. We'll pull that off. And then from here, we should be able to slide taillight up and then out. We're gonna start with the outer taillight. So this is the larger of the 2 pieces. And put something down so we don't scratch it. And all we need to do is remove this back plate here. So what we'll do is pull up on this one and then push down on this tab. And then we should be able to slide this out. There we go. And then there is the board that we need to replace. So we'll be removing this board. We'll just slide this straight towards us, disconnect it. There's the old one, and then we'll grab our new one. All right, and then here is our new board. And I kind of want to see actually if we can tell where this failed. I guess I've had comments before where people have actually been able to fix these. I don't recommend that necessarily, because if you can't get it to work, then you're just another week out from one of these. So as soon as you see this go bad, you might want to just order some new ones. I don't see anything physical on the front. Maybe there's something going on in the back, but it looks like it's sealed off, where this aftermarket one shows a few pinnings on the backside. Interesting. Well, just like we took it out, we'll put the new one in. We'll click this back together, slide this right back into the channel. We'll put this piece back on. And it is now ready to go back into the vehicle. All right, and then here is our inner one, the smaller tail light. And we will remove this chip. You have to remove, oh. Well, I was gonna say that there's a piece of plastic that normally comes up over this edge and holds that down, but it looks like this piece is gone. So right here on this corner, there is normally a piece of plastic that just makes a little bit of an L right there, and you just kind of pop that off, and then you can slide this board out just like that. Well, it's a good thing I checked it. This one actually wasn't having any issues, but we're just gonna replace it anyways, and then that way we've got brand new boards all the way across. You don't have to do them all at once. You can do them as they fail, but we just did the one side a while back, and now we're doing this side. You'll pop that little piece off there. We're gonna put our new board in. And then it is up to you how you want to put this back on there. I remember on the other side, I just used a piece of electrical tape, because you basically want to make sure it's not shaking around or falling out. And the other thing you can do is if you want to use some hot glue is not conductive, so you can have hot glue on electronics. That's perfectly fine if you want to try doing that. The only downside of that is if this fails again, it might be a little bit difficult to dig the hot glue out of these channels if you like put a ton on there, but it's not really a big deal. In fact, I do want to put some hot glue on this side, and I might take off the other side and make sure everything looks good and replace my electrical tape on the other side, because I feel like the hot glue is probably a little bit better of a solution than just putting some tape on it. So we'll get the hot glue gun warmed up real quick, and we'll get this down. Once you have the new boards in, all you're doing is just putting them back together. This is a super simple process, and this will literally save you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, because the dealership is going to want to replace the taillights, and these are old enough now that basically none of them are under any warranty or anything like that. So if this stupid little silly part fails, you own the entire taillight, or you can pop them off real quick and do it yourself. Reassembly is as simple as putting it back together the way it came apart. We'll plug these in, and then I want to check to make sure they're working before we bolt everything back together. So I'm going to slide that in there. We're going to put the other one in real quick and just make sure everything works. This one here catches on this edge and then rolls down. And we'll take our bracket here. This goes towards the tail light. This goes on the metal. Okay, there we go. After a while, they get mad if you just keep locking and unlocking the lights will stop coming on with the key. So if you go to put them back together and you go to unlock your car, lock it to see if these are working and they don't freak out, because oftentimes it's just getting mad because I've unlocked and locked the car like 12 times recording this video. So anyways, as you can see here, both sides are now running. They look really good. So we're gonna button these up the rest of the way. I'll put those two 10 millimeters in this side and then pop the cover plate onto the inner one. There you go, it is that easy, very simple, very inexpensive fix on your BMW. I've had many people over the years, especially building things like this, where they go, well, how can you afford to do that? If you do it yourself, do a little bit of research, things like this that would have cost the regular person, again, thousands of dollars, maybe hundreds of dollars at the very least, where you watching this willing to work on your own car, that's how you keep some of these older Beamers running. I'm not saying that you can never take it to the dealership, but for things like this, simple little stuff. As soon as these kind of repairs start to crop up, do a little bit of research. See if it's something that you can do in your own garage. If you know what you're doing, you can do all 4 pieces in like 30 minutes. I just removed the other side to make sure that everything was looking right, and I did the hot glue on the other innard while I was recording this video. And from the time that I started recording this video to right now has been about an hour. And that's with recording, and that's with doing other tasks besides just replacing the one that you have burnt out. And again, I mentioned that earlier, you do not have to replace all 4 of them at the same time. If you just have one burnt out, you can replace that one and then just hold on to the other control boards, and when the other one goes out, when another one goes out later, you can do it then, or you can do all 4 of them all at the same time. It's really up to you. We did the passenger side, which is why we only had 2 left, and then we use the other 2 on this side. So thanks everybody so much for watching. We really appreciate it. Like if you enjoyed today's video, if this helped you out, and also make sure to check out our link down in the description for these products. It's very inexpensive, definitely a good DIY. And if you wanna see the first version of this video, I'll have that linked in the description and maybe in the comments as well. Thanks again, we'll see you in the next video.
Bam!